So we are going live. Good morning, Miss Queenie. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
We are live. We are live on Trivia's Inspirational Radio Network. We are here with Miss Queenie Clem. And guess what, y'all? She is our first business spotlight for April 2023. If you were with us last year, we had an awesome time. We had some amazing business owners, but she's going to start us off this year. And I'm excited because being a 10-time contributing author and now working on my own project, I can't wait for her to read some of my books and tell me what she does. So, Miss Queenie, tell us what you do and why and why do you do it?
Okay, again, good morning. I'm Miss Queenie Clem, the literary ambassador. And what I do, my business is Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews. I've been in business for over 15 years. And what I do is I promote indie and self-published authors. I do book promotions as far as like book spotlights, author spotlights. I have virtual book events. I just promote your book and your business.
Okay. So what got you to the point of doing book reviews and especially the virtual book reviews? Because when I talk to authors today, they still have not really heard of a book review online.
Okay, I'm just now starting that. I have one client right now that I'm reading his book. You send me your book, I read it, give you an honest review. But he want me to do a video review instead of a written review. So I'm reading his book, taking notes, and then I get on camera and talk about my thoughts of the book.
That is amazing. So when you do your review of books, what are you looking for? What are you, if I was an author and I said, hey, Miss Queenie, can you do a book review on me? What are you looking to give me back for my feedback?
I'm giving
Is
you,
it
I lost my train of thought. What I'm looking for first is my preferred genre. If you're in my preferred genre, I'm good. When I read it, I'm also taking notes. I'm looking at cover. I'm looking at character development. I'm looking at errors, grammar errors. I'm looking at the spacing, how when I open it up, is it small print, large print, the margins. I look at all that, and then I determine what your rate, if you're gonna get a 5 or you're gonna get a 1.
that is amazing because that was one of my thought processes. How does an author know when you're doing their book review if it's already published and you're doing a review and you find the grammatical errors? What would your recommendation be? Because I read so many books and it's unintentional, but I guess it's my educational background. And I'm like, this book could have been edited so much better.
I immediately stop. And normally if I'm reading a physical book, I like tab it because I don't write in my books. But if it's on an e-reader, I just highlight it. I stop and I immediately call the author or I email the author. If I know them personally, I'll call them or text them, but normally I email them or inbox them and say, I found some errors, but I'm gonna continue to keep reading. And when I finish, I'll send you everything before I give you the review. Normally I write a review. I send it to the author first to get their approval before I actually put it out there.
That's amazing. So, is there a charge when you do the book review? And we're going to talk about the talks in a minute. But is there a charge when you do the book reviews?
Yes, I charge $25.
$25. I'm thinking it's going to be about $100, $200.
No,
So, with that $25, is that just for the review? And if that is, what comes after that review?
okay, when I do the review, like I say, you send me the book, whether it's physical or through ebook. I'll read it. which give me at least 3 weeks to read and get it done, because I have, other authors that I do also on a regular basis. I read it within 3 weeks. I write your review. Once that review, I send it to you, make sure you approve it, and then I put it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Goodreads. I'll also put it on my blog that I have. And if you request, I will get online and talk about it. And I also I have a friend that does the same thing I do. So I'll tell her about the book. She'll be like, "What you reading?" I tell her, and then she'll get her book group. Like, "Do y'all want to read this book?" Queenie recommended, and 9 times out of 10 they do, because they like the books I recommend.
That's a good segue into what we do here, because we're just a platform for business owners, authors, anybody just that has want to have a voice. We're that platform or that incubator where you can come and do exactly what you're doing. However, you're saying you will take for $25, review the book, and you'll share it on your platforms.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. So I'm not going to ask you how we can get in contact with you yet, because I know that we have probably 1,000 authors listening and would want something like this. And one of our good friends, Chanel, I know that she's heard me on to Goodreads. So if you're saying, "Hey, I'll put it there for you," that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question is about the talk side of it. What does that mean? What does the Queenie's talk involve?
I'm on YouTube, Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews, and I interview authors weekly. I'm actually booked up to June. But I bring authors on for an hour, up to an hour, and they talk about their books, all their books. I will go over each one of their books. If they have a book in a series, I'll ask questions about their book to get the audience a teaser of what their books are about. And if they have a business related to literary services, I also include that into the interview also.
That's amazing. So would it be beneficial to do one book at a time if I was an author? And like I said, I've been a 10-time contributing author. Mm-hmm. Or would it be best to do all 10 at the same time?
Okay, it's up to the author. Like I said, we only have an hour. Most time, a couple of my authors, they split it. Like they'll do 5 books here, 5 books here, 5 books here. That's how they normally do it. So they can give the readers a chance to, well, I'll pick these 5 right now and I'll see what I want to read. And then we'll come back for a second interview and do those 5. And then we'll come back and do a third interview for the last 5.
So you already know what my next question is get ready to be. Is there a charge for that?
Yes. It's $45 for up to an hour.
$45. Okay, so I talk a lot. As you can see, we are 15 minutes into this interview. I want to talk a lot, and it might take me an hour for reading one of my books and talking about one of my books. Is there a special or discount if I had multiple books?
No. If you want to talk over that hour, just let me know, because usually I book. Like, I give you your hour, I take a 30-minute break, and then I start my next interview. So it's like back to back to back to back. And I do them only on Saturdays and Sundays afternoons.
Okay, so I'm excited. I'm amazed when I get to finishing my own book, which is soon. We're definitely going to start something. But so I'm gonna step back, and I want you to tell the listeners, the viewers, anything about your business that you think somebody who wants to be a reviewer or do interviews, tell them what your benefit is. So what is it that you get out of it? And I'm not going to make it long. We're going to take a few minutes. You talk however long you want, but tell them the benefit of doing the work that you do.
I love to read. When I was younger, me and my siblings, my mother used to walk us to the library twice a month, and she made us do book reports. So that's where I got my love of reading books and writing a review, which back then it was book reports. And so that's where I got my love of reading and writing reviews. I just love to do it. I have also promotional packages that I do. And every time I get a client, we go through everything what they want. My prices are affordable, but I just love when I get a new client or returning client. I love making the graphics. I love going and posting it out. I'm always sharing books that I like. I share it out. I'm just here for the indie author, indie and self-publishing author. That's who I'm here for.
I love it. I had to go on mute because I kept saying me and not you. And I'm like, it's about her. All right. So how long you said that you just started doing this? So how long has it been a business developed in your mind? Is it something that you just said, you know what, I'm going to do it? Or was it something that you thought about and you wrote out a plan and you talked to people? How long has it been since it's been a process?
I've been doing this for 15 years, ever since Yahoo 360. Probably
Oh,
internet, but I'm saying 15 years, but I've been doing this since Yahoo 360.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I met you through, I want to say the She Said Yes Summit.
Mm-hmm.
How did you connect to the She Said Yes Summit? Because we know that it's a major project that's getting ready to come out of that. How did you connect to the She Said Yes Summit?
One of my clients is Dr. Velma Bagby. She's been my client for 5 to 7 years now, and now I'm her virtual assistant. And she invited me, and I got to meet Chanel, Jacqueline, and Laquita. And right now, Chanel has just joined Queenie's Book Talking Reviews.
Okay, now. So I'm thinking in terms of long-term relationships because I believe in long-term relationship. And when I think about what you do and how we can connect as Trivia's Inspirational Radio, and it's important to me that everywhere I go, I talk about what I do, how I do it, and I try to bring others along.
Mm-hmm.
From what you know about Trivia's Inspirational Radio, how could you bring the book review and talk to Trivia's Inspirational Radio to not only push you where you want to go, but to bring other authors along with you?
Oh, wow. I've heard of you through, like I say, the Dr. Velma, Jacqueline, Laquita, and Chanel, and that's how I found out about you. And I am excited to collaborate maybe with Trivia Inspiration Radio.
I love it. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, this is a powerful business.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't do it. How did you come up with your prices for your products, your services? I'm sorry. How did you come up with your prices?
I used to be free, and I was getting authors like, you don't charge, you need to start charging. Especially, like I said, I have a friend that does the same thing I do, but she does it on a different level. She was like, Queenie, you need to do this. Dr. Velma was like, you need to do this. But I try to keep my prices very reasonable. I really don't want to charge, but they was like, no, you need to get stuff for your business, so you must charge. But my prices are very, very, very reasonable. I think the highest one of my packages is $125.
Okay.
And the lowest is 25, which is the reviews.
I'm excited because I can't wait. I need to get some things on the books. But this is a question, and I'm going to laugh about it in the end because it's me. But are you a Christian?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me tell you, because us Christians believe that we got to give everything away for free. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here and I'm learning the business world and I'm learning my walk. And I know that everything that's connected to She Said Yes is godly women, and some men that's connected. So I didn't feel uncomfortable asking you this question, but I needed to laugh because I want to know, why is it that when we are starting our businesses as Christians, we feel like we don't have to charge anything? We want to feel like we have to give everything away to the world.
Mm-hmm. It's just in our nature. I believe we just
because
generous. We are generous people.
we are, I think we are beyond generous in so many aspects. And the reason I say that is because I think there's a thin line, right? I think
Mhm.
that everything doesn't have to have an expensive cost to it, but everything, especially the world that we're living in today, we have to feed our families. So, what would you say to somebody who comes to you and say, "Hey, Queenie, you my girl. We rocking. We've been rocking since elementary school. I don't feel like paying $25. I think that that's too much." What would your response be to that person?
Well, I'll give you an example. I'm on a radioguest.com, I think that's the name of it. And my business is on there. And one man came to me, he says, have limited income, but I want to get my book out there. And I was like, I can work with you, well, I have, like I say, different packages. So I gave him one of my packages, and finally, after I gave him the package, I gave it to him free. And he came back a year later and he blessed me with a donation.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, would you do that for everybody that came to you and said, "You know what? I'm having this financial struggle. Um, won't you hook me up?" Would you do that for everybody?
No.
Okay, and please tell me why. And again, this is a business spotlight, and we want to make sure that people understand that this, when we have a business, it costs money to run this business.
Mhm.
And if you're anything like me, every sob story used to make me be like, okay, okay, okay. And in the end, I didn't have. So, what would be that breaking factor for you to say, you know what? No, I can't do it for free this time.
Well, first of all, my prices are very reasonable, affordable, very low. I have people saying, that's all? Well, let me get three of those. Because I can go over here at another place, like I say, the friend that I work with, I collaborate with, her prices are three times what I pay. But she sent me her people, I send her my people. But because of I try to keep my prices low because I know how people, the society and economy is right now. So that's just me. I just have to keep it low. And sometimes I do a special where I say 50% off. This week I'm just gonna say everything's 50% off. And I did that a couple of weeks ago. But I knocked everything half price.
Okay, I love it. And what I'm going to do, because we are almost at that halfway mark, I'm going to take a commercial break and I'm going to tell people what I do and why I do it. And then I'm going to offer a special. If you're okay with me offering a special under Queenie's books and reviews, I'm going to offer a special so that we can get you a client off of the show today.
Okay, that's what I was gonna do. I wanted to go over all my promotionals that I
We're
have.
going to do that. We're
And
going to do
that's
that.
why I got it pulled up, that I
Yep.
have certain promotional packages that I was going to offer um, authors today.
Yep. We're going to get you to, we're going to let you do your promotional, but I want to offer a special from Trivia's Inspirational Radio just because I believe that what you're doing is necessary. I work with authors every single day. And I want to also promote Trivia's Inspirational Radio. So, right now, what Trivia's Inspirational Radio is doing is we're sponsoring a pre Mother's Day fashion show where ministry meets missions or missions meets ministry, organizations and churches coming together under one roof. And that's to show the world that we serve the people.
Mhm.
So on May the 12th, May the 13th, I'm sorry, from 12 to 5, we're going to host a pre Mother's Day fashion show. If you buy a ticket, a $65 general admissions ticket, not only will we upgrade you today, but we're going to also give you a book review from Queenie's Book Review and Talks from on behalf of Trivia's Inspirational Radio. And we're going to also give you talk time for the $45. So we're going to give you a $25 and a $45 special. Plus, we're going to upgrade you if you purchase a general admissions ticket from Trivia's Inspirational Radio to support children going to summer camp this year. So that's my commercial break. That's what I want to offer with the permission from Queenie's book review and talk, books and talk. And now I'm going to turn it back over to you because the next 30 minutes, I want you to tell people how to get in contact with you. I want you to let them know how, what kind of products and packages you offer, and what does each one of those packages include. And if we have time at the end, I want to talk about a little bit of She Said Yes, if that's okay with you.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. The first promotion I have is the book blast. And it's a 7-day book blast where I blast your book for 7 days. That's one book. The price right now is $49, but today you can get it for $24. That's my first promotion. And I do have packages starting next week up until June. My next one is my I call it my spring promotion. It's 3 for 1 promotion. That's you get an interview, a book spotlight, and a 7-day book blast for $99. So you get 3 of my features, 3 of my promotions for $99. That's an author interview, a author spotlight, and a 7-day book blast. Then my author interviews are $45, and that's where we do a pre-recorded on Zoom up to an hour, and then I post it out to my YouTube channel. And then my 30-day promotion, where I promote your book, up to 5 books and your business for 30 days. And I'm running a special for that. 2 months, buy 2 months, get one free for $105. And you can reach me at felissac@yahoo.com. That's FELISSAC@yahoo.com. I also have, like I said, a YouTube channel, which is Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews. I have a blog, which is Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook as The Literary Ambassador, and I'm on TikTok and Twitter as Miss Queenie Clem.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to just run those prices back to you. So you have a book blast for 7 days where you promote books, one book for 7 days for $24. The
Yes,
regular
yes.
price is $49.
Mhm.
Got that? I'm correct, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you have the 3 for 1. I saw that all over Facebook. I was ready to get that one. The 3 for 1, any 3 promo items, the interview, the book spotlight, and the blast for $99.
Right.
Okay, I'm following you, and I wrote it down, so I cheated a little bit. And then you have the author's interview for $45.
Mhm.
That's one that we're offering a promotion for the radio station. So if you buy your ticket today, you have an opportunity to get the book, the author's interview as well. And then you have the 30-day promotion, 5 books and business spotlight. If you buy 2 months, you get 1 month for free.
Yes, for
And
100.
that value's at $105.
Mhm.
Yes. So I'm excited. I already know what I'm getting. Don't even worry about it. I'm on it. But again, if you purchase your ticket to Trivia's Inspirational Radio pre-Mother's Day fashion show, you're going to get a service from Miss Queenie. But again, it's the first one. It's not, you have to tell us that you saw the interview, and it's the first person that purchased their tickets. And you can go to Eventbrite, Ministry Meets Missions Fashion Show to purchase your ticket. All right, so we're going to shift gears because we have 30 minutes left. And with this 30 minutes, we're going to talk about She Said Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I listened to your presentation with the She Said Yes. If I'm not mistaken, no, you didn't. I just saw you and you took advantage of my promotion. That's what it was. Because when I did my promotion, I was looking at everybody in the room and I'm like, yeah. And then I started seeing you all over my Facebook. So since you didn't do a presentation on She Said Yes, tell us why did you say yes? Why did you show up to that summit?
Well, I need to start. Got to be transparent. Um, I'm usually yes, yes, yes for everyone else, and no for me. And when I went through that summit, it was giving me a chance to think out the box. I need to come out that box and do for Queenie. Quit trying to do for everybody else and put me to the side or the back burner. I need to start putting other things to the back burner and bring me to the forefront. That's what I'm
Oh,
learning from the summit.
okay. So they have a book. Well, not they, because I'm a part of it.
Mhm,
So we have anthology coming out.
mhm,
And I'll tell you why I said yes to myself. Because if I didn't say yes to myself, I would not be doing the things that I do today. I have not arrived. I'm nowhere near where God wants me to be. But when I said yes to myself, I stopped the negative talk. I stopped hearing the definition of the name trivia, meaning not wanted, not important. And like that Dr. Velma said, you know, those definitions are completely wrong. But when I learned that for myself, I was able to start saying yes to myself.
mhm,
Um, I was able to start saying yes to, if this is my price, this is my price. I started saying yes to God for one. Like that was the biggest thing for me. When I started saying yes to God, that started opening up doors for me that no man could shut.
mhm,
And I started relating to people different. And as I said earlier, relationship is important. When I said yes to myself, I started walking in rooms, not feeling like a little ant on a wall, but I started feeling like the trivia that God called me to be. And when I went to the first summit, I was teetering the fence. I was like, I'm gonna say I said yes to myself, but I'm still trying to feel myself out. But when I went to the second summit, I was emphatic. Just like I know if I died today or tomorrow, I would go to heaven. I'm emphatic that the yes that I gave to myself is the yes that I'm supposed to have. And that's my walk with God. That's my faith in God. And I'm not afraid to say it. A lot of people are, they'll walk in a room and they're like, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. No, I'm going to let you know, because I would not be doing the things that I'm doing. I would not have the platforms that I have if I didn't say yes to myself. And I say that humbly, because I tell God all the time, God, if what you have me walking in is going to make me bigger than you, I don't want it. If what you have me walking in is going to make me feel like I'm better than the next one, I don't want it. And I believe that wholeheartedly. I don't want to do this walk if I have to walk with the mentality that somebody owes me something. I'm doing this because I owe God everything. So that's my yes. And I don't know. I know that you're working with Chanel, but are you thinking in terms of being a part of the She Said Yes anthology? I'm putting it out there.
I was thinking, I seen the flyer, and I went and wrote out something, and I sent it to Dr. Valma, and she was like, yeah, but add some more to it at the end. And then I said, I don't want to do this yet. I ain't ready. So I had called Shadell, and she was like, I said, do you have to be published? And she was like, no. I said, well, I have something, but I don't know if I want to put it out there. She was like, put it out there. And I got thinking, no, I'm not ready yet for that. But I have written out, like, I think it's almost 600 words, but I have, I don't
So
know.
if you do 600 words this week and 600 words next week, in 4 weeks, you can have the whole chapter written.
I don't know. I have to think about that. I don't know if I want to put that out there yet.
So, but you know that when you write, it can be fact and fiction together, right?
Mhm,
So you
mhm,
don't have to
mhm,
worry about like, well, what are they going to say? And I'm gonna tell you a true story, right? So when I started writing, I was writing me, the whole me, the nothing but the truth me. And the author that I was writing for, she said, well, you need to make sure that you know, talk to who needs to be talked to. And I was afraid. I didn't want to do it anymore. But what happened was God gave me the courage to go to somebody and say, you know what? As you can see, I've been writing, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. My book will never mention names, but this is how you are a part of my book. And I was so blessed by that because they were like, write your truth, write your story. And it humbled me because during that time, one of the people that I needed to write about had passed away.
Mhm.
And I was like, I will never have that opportunity again to go back and say, this is how you affected me.
Mhm.
And when I did it, it was freeing, it was humbling. It helped me to go to another level with my writing because, again, that was my first time writing my truth.
Mhm.
And since then, I've been able to write my truth unapologetically. Like, I don't feel like I owe anybody an apology for what has happened to me or how I was affected. And one thing about our truth is it might be four people in our truth, but each one of us are going to see things differently. And
Mhm.
our truth are not going to look the same. So as long as we respect, this is how my view of it was. That's all that really matters, especially when you're writing your truth.
Mhm.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to be in the She Said Yes Summit because the more I write, the more I remember my why. The more I write in the She Said Yes anthology, the more I grow. And I encourage any woman that's out there, and I know that they say men can be a part of this project as well, but I encourage any woman that has said yes to themselves or desire to say yes to themselves to get in contact with her because the price is super low. I've written in books that cost triple what the cost is to be a part of this anthology. Not only is the price super low, you will get your money back times and times over once the book is produced, because you can sell those books. It took me 10 times of writing before I realized, girl, go sell these books. Because when I would purchase them, I would give them away. But people need to hear. Um, One of the most recent books that I've written in, when I wrote in that book, I had a pastor's wife to reach out to me and say, oh my goodness, I didn't know that you went through that. And that was the clean cut version of what I went through. But people need to hear it because based on where you are and based on what you've gone through, and they can look and say, Miss Queenie, you out here doing book reviews and you're doing this and you went through this, this, and this. I can do it. I'm just giving you a little pep talk. You can do the She Said Yes book. I'm just saying. Um, but yeah. So again, this has been a fantastic interview. Um, and sometimes they last long, sometimes they don't. But I believe that we got the point across that if you are an author, and do you just do authors? Do you do business owners and people like that who
If
are just writing just because?
yes, if it's anything in the literary field, yes.
Okay,
You got
so
if you got a book signing, book event coming up, I broadcast those. And if you like the CBLR, they have it's a Christian book lovers retreat in Charlotte. I would sometimes she reach out to me, the founder, and ask me to write up a blog about it, and I do that also.
okay, so I need to connect with you because I have an event coming up and I need to get it out there. So we're gonna talk about that offline.
Mhm.
But for for the last time, can you come back and can you give us your specials? Can you tell us how to reach you and how we can view your reviews and your talks?
Okay. Um, Again, the 30-day special is 30 days. I promote your book on all my platforms, and I'm running that special is 2 by 2 months. Get one free for 105. That's for the month of May, June, and July. Then I have the 7-day book blast. for $49. And that's where I blast one book for 7 days on all my social media. And then I have what's the next one? Oh, the book blast is $24. And I slashed the price. It's $24 for 7 days. And I can do starting next week, next Sunday, up until I think June. I think I have spaces available. And then my interviews, I don't have any interviews. I'm booked up to June, but my interviews are $45. I do have some openings for book reviews for the 25. And to reach me is my email, felissac@yahoo.com. That's FELISSAC@yahoo.com. Or you can DM me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'm the Literary Ambassador. On TikTok and Twitter, I am Miss Queenie Clem. My blog is Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews.com. And my YouTube channel is Miss Queenie Clem, the Literary Ambassador.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I am excited. We are definitely going to work together on some things. I'm praying that I see you in a She Said Yes anthology. I can't wait to travel. You know what we didn't talk about? Yeah. Where are you from, Miss Queenie?
South Carolina. Woo, woo.
South Carolina, the East Coast. I love it. We have so many talk shows and hosts on Trivia's Inspirational Radio. We are in Milwaukee, Atlanta, Rhode Island, Illinois. We're gonna bring you on so we can get some East Coast up in here. But I'm excited. I thank you so much for your time. I thank you for being willing to be my first guest on our business spotlight for April 2023. And hopefully we will see you on Trivia's Inspirational Radio real soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So we are going to